Come on, BTC.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike. Let's turn that volume down a little bit. My name is Mike. Today is the 8th of July. It's 11 a.m. Central European time, and it's a Monday. What happens on a Monday stays on a Monday. We have just ripped 3.5% before the show went live. Now, I had a beautiful speech planned about what was going to happen today, where we were going to go, and literally in the last 15 or 20 minutes, I've just thrown it in the bin. We will have a look at the charts, however, and find out just what happened. What we're going to go through today then, we're going to have a look at the markets, some X-Files. Dave is back. Dave the Wave from Burnley, the trader extraordinaire, is back. We're going to go and have a look at what he has had to say. We're going to look at some dates this week which need to be watched. I believe Chairman Powell is having to give a testimony this week. We're going to look at Tron, Gassy Tron. No idea what that's about, don't worry. We're going to look at the Chang fork on ADA. We're going to look at the XRP lows. We're going to look at Hamster Chain. Now, from time to time, we come across these airdrops that we like to talk about. We've done a couple over the last few weeks. I think Kong was the last one that we covered. Kong was an airdrop. I think it's still going. Today we're going to have a look at Hamster Chain, and then we're going to give you our final thoughts on what has happened. Now, we've had quite a tumultuous 4 or 5 days. Emotions were running very high last week. There was a lot of people very upset last week. We then spent the Saturday show talking about Bitcoin. We went through cycles, dates, times. We brought up the white paper. We spoke about how the bull run is not over. We spoke about the fact that we are 3 months into an 18-month journey. If you still have any doubts about Bitcoin, about crypto, about where we're going to go, you need to understand that this is a marathon, not a sprint. You are not going to 10x your money on Bitcoin, although the way things are going today, you may very well. However, Bitcoin is to generate long-term wealth over a prolonged period of time. However, we're going to move on from Thursday, Friday, and Saturday last week. We've got a new week, and we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about where we are going to go in the future. Now, let me just get into position, and then we shall begin. Not many people in chat today, and again, the fear and greed index on the screen there of 36. Our views, our watching figures, the people that watch us, when we go through these dips, people basically lose interest in crypto and they fade away. And I think that is what we are seeing at the minute. We have lots of people who've literally given up. This is the wrong time to give up. We do not need to give up when we are so early on in the cycle. That is enough of that. Let us move on. Remember, if you are in chat, say hello. Help the algorithm to know that you are there. Good morning to Danny. Good morning to Hidden Agendas. Kishan. Good morning to Tariq. Welcome back. Remember, bottom left-hand corner, we're trying to get to 200,000 followers by the end of the year. We're on 144,500. We stream 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday, as well as Monday and Thursday nights. The Oracle himself is back at 9 p.m. tonight. In 10 hours time, he will be going through the charts and looking at where Bitcoin is going. I believe we have a long in play on Bitcoin. I believe we longed Bitcoin from 54.4. So I think we are in the gravy, as we like to say. So let's go through the charts then. Bitcoin is up in the last hour, 3.5%. Ethereum has smashed through $3,000, $3,074. Again, I prepare this stream the night before. I tweak it this morning. Everything I was going to talk about is now going to look pretty foolhardy. Solana is only up at 3.5%, but it is back over $140. BNB is back up at $522. There's going to be an awful lot of gainers over the last 24 hours. Notcoin is up, Celestia, Bonk, Starknet, Lido, Ethereum. As you can see, a lot of coins in there associated with Ethereum. They are pumping as well. Optimism, Layer 2, Ethereum name services. Lido is the liquid staking. Now this ASI coin, I've predicted $5 for this coin. We're at 124. This is, in my opinion, and again, these are always my opinions, this is a steal. This is where I think you will make some money in this bull run, and that is picking up some AI coins. I think they're going to have a good year. Why? Because it's in the public psyche. People know about AI. They're hearing about AI all the time. So have a look at Render and Near and ASI, as it is called, the FET token. It will be called ASI soon. 124 is a bargain. It was nearly $3 a month or so ago. I'm predicting $5. I'm not giving you Moon Boy predictions for the next couple of months. I think we can get to $5 once it kicks in. $3 billion market cap, I think, is easily going to touch 10, but we will obviously have to wait and see. So there's lots of gainers. What is down over the last 24 hours? Not a lot. Dog with hat, Tron is down. We've got some news about Tron. Dupe is down, probably the sell pressure from the release, but it is touching a $1 billion market cap. Again, Jupiter, one of my picks for the bull run. Toncoin as well. So that's pretty much it from the markets. I don't want to spend too long on that. I'm trying to keep the show to an hour. Remember, I try and get an awful lot into an hour. We have the markets, the X-Files, we have 6 articles, we have opinion. I answer your questions in chat. We get through a fair chunk of information in an hour. And we try and keep it to an hour because obviously we don't want you sitting here half asleep listening to me talking for the rest of the day. Good morning, Fran Diabliski, or Chris, should I say. I did buy the dip. Yes, of course, there is a question. I have asked in chat today, did you buy the dip this week? 82% so far have said yes. And the topic of the show is, of course, all over again. This must be the 100th time in the last couple of months that Bitcoin is on its way to $20,000. Again, do not listen to naysayers. I am not here to try and be overly positive. I am trying to be realistic. But again, realistic doesn't get the clicks. Getting the clicks is telling you you're going to $20,000. Getting the clicks is telling you you're going to $100,000. Now then, Ben Cowan, we're going to look at this, by the way, Bitcoin dominance. I'm going to look at it again before we look at the Bitcoin chart today. Bitcoin dominance will top around 60% between September and December. I then think Bitcoin dominance will go down in 2025. I'll probably be wrong, but that's my opinion. I have a slightly different opinion on the Bitcoin dominance, which I will go on to when I look at the chart. So Ben Cowan is predicting 60% by the end of the year. I am not. But we will have a look at that in a minute. Whale FUD. GTA 6 will enable cryptocurrency payments, and that's so far, and that is so far only Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDT are confirmed. I don't necessarily agree with that statement. I think that it will have cryptocurrency payments, but I do not believe for 1 minute that they have gone to the point of having Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDT. If there was ever a game in existence that could do with its own currency, it is GTA. And my opinion is that they should create a coin called Riot, because I believe that's the name of the company that produced the game. I could be wrong. Correct me in chat if I am. Reza is back. Good morning, Reza. Now, something I want to say to a couple of people in chat. We have a new group, TG group, for the OGs, the people that are supporters of the channel. We created it today. It's going live. That's where the majority of the charts are going to be posted. We're still going to do the chart show. We're still going to keep that public. We're still going to do the live streams. We're still going to keep that public. But we will be adding to the content that we do. So there you go. So I partly agree that GTA 6 is going to have cryptocurrency. I don't necessarily agree it's going to be Bitcoin and Ethereum only and USDT. That makes no sense. Bitcoin has retaken 56.5 and tested the daily 200 MA and EMA. It's been a strong weekend move. Always be wary for some correction afterwards as the week starts. Now, of course, we've had the correction to the downside at 2 or 3 in the morning, and now we are moving up to the upside. Remember, when we get onto the chart, the one thing which I keep an eye on is the liquidation charts. Now, there are somewhere in the region of $2 billion worth of liquidations on the short squeeze. Where do I think we're going to go then? I think we're going to rip to the upside and liquidate the shorts, the same way we rip to the downside and liquidate the longs. So there's going to be a short squeeze. It might not be today, might not be tomorrow, but I think we're going to see a short squeeze, and that would push us, in my opinion, upwards towards 60,000 to clear out the shorts, because they are heavily shorting Bitcoin at the minute, and the money makers go after the money, and the money at the minute is in a short squeeze, and maybe we are seeing that now. Anyway, Tom Dunleavy, who I do follow on X, did we forget what the Bitcoin ETF did? Bitcoin ETF did to the price of Bitcoin: 36% from the launch to its peak, 50% from the time of the initial speculation. Are we going to fade the ETF for Ethereum? The recent market sell-off is leveraged liquidations, which we've just been talking about, and Bitcoin-related concerns, government, Mt. Gox, and Germany. Whether you believe in the asset long-term, ETH seems like a no-brainer and outperform the next 6 months for me. Now, I do agree. Let me go back to the charts for a second. we're going to move on to look at Bitcoin in a minute. Now, given the amount of money that we're going to see piling into Ethereum over the next year, Bitcoin's had its run, but again, we haven't scratched the surface with Bitcoin. Now Ethereum is going to get its ETF. There are going to be milestones that we need to break with Ethereum. 4,000, 5,000, and I do believe somewhere in the region of north of $5,000, maybe $6,000. But again, that would give it a $700 billion market cap, and that's no easy feat. So I think conservatively, we should be looking at 4 to 5 this year. Bitcoin isn't going to go anywhere. And of course, if Bitcoin gets back above 70,000 in the next couple of months, that will take everything with it. Ethereum topped out at 4,000, so saying 4 to 5,000 with an ETF isn't or shouldn't be surprising. We still could see 6,000, but that's doubling. That's a 100% gain. So I think 4 to 5,000 is absolutely achievable in this bull run. Now, before we get on to look at where Bitcoin is likely to go, I just want to show you the chart. I bring it up from time to time, and this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. You can find a pattern in any chart that you want, unless you are looking in the wrong place. Now, this is the Bitcoin daily chart. This is the Bitcoin dominance. What percentage of the market is Bitcoin? Now, we can go as far back as March, but we've been on this beautiful trend, and I even drew you a lovely box there. Let's get rid of some of these lines. No idea what we were talking about at that point. Now, Mr. Cowan believes, oh, look at that. I've even put Ben Cowan's line in there. So Ben Cowan believes that we're going to top out at 60% this year. Now, that is there. That's the end of the year. Now, if you take my line and you just drag it up to there, I think the most we're going to top out at is 58%, 58.3. He's got 60. Then they're pretty similar. Why do I think that? Now, again, if we carry on like this, you know, maybe we do. And maybe we do that. And then maybe we start to come down. So Bitcoin dominance has been increasing now for 16 months. And it's stayed pretty steady. It hasn't really deviated too much. It has wicked up, it has wicked down, but our bottom has pretty much followed this line, and it's pretty much followed its own bull market support band, and we keep bouncing off it. Now, given the pump today, I would expect us to come back up. And this is the line we need to break, which is 56.3. We've touched it maybe 3 times now. I think we need to break that. 56%. If we don't break that, we could top out at 56. But it's on the whole, what this is saying is Bitcoin is outperforming everything else in the market. Everything else in the market is being outperformed by Bitcoin. Why? Because over time, Bitcoin is becoming more and more of the total market. So, if you go back to January, Bitcoin was 51% of the market. Today, it's 55%. So it's gone up 4%. Over the next 4 or 5 months, it will probably go to 58%, another 3% increase. So it's going to go from 51 to 58% of the total market cap. That is why you should have a large percentage of your portfolio in Bitcoin for the majority of your crypto cycle. There will come a time, like Ben Cowan says, there will come a time when we get the alt season. And what we could see is very simply this. Now, we can see this in previous price action. So if we go to the weekly, and I need a new mouse. This happens. And Bitcoin just absolutely wets the bed. It went from 64% in April 2021. 9 months later, it was at 40%. So it lost over 50%. No, it didn't. It lost over 30% of its position. Now, we are probably going to see that again at some point in this bull run. And Bitcoin is likely to keep moving up, and then over a period of months, it is likely to dump down. That's what happens because we're in a cycle. And that is why we are not, the cycle isn't finished. We are not finished with Bitcoin. It is not the end of the bull run. So I expect 58.5%. Ben Cowan expects 60%. What's 1.5% between friends? I must say, though, I do feel sometimes as though I have a little bit more hair than Ben. And that makes me feel better because Ben is a lot younger than me and a lot brighter than me. But I do have a little bit more hair on my head and face than he does. Now then, Dave the Wave has become a legendary feature on this channel. He has predicted a 400% Bitcoin rally following the correction. Short-term Bitcoin pain could lead to long-term gain. Remember what we've been saying on here, the longer this goes on, the higher we are likely to go. If we burn out and we go too far, too high, too quickly, we will come hurtling down. We need slow and steady pumps and sidewards, pump and sidewards. That's what we need. If we were at 85,000, 95,000 today, I'd be worried. If we're at 85, 95,000 in January, I will be delighted. It's about timing. Very similar to comedians. It's how you deliver the punchline. A trader who nailed the 21 Bitcoin collapse believes Bitcoin could see more downward price action before igniting a renewed rally. Dave the Wave told his 147,000 followers Bitcoin may revisit the buy zone of his logarithmic growth curve model before carving a local bottom. According to the analyst, Bitcoin may be mirroring 2017. Lots of people have been talking about which price are we going to go to replicate which previous cycle. Is it 2017? Is it 2021? Is it 2013? There's a debate going on at the minute. Good morning, only you. Welcome to the stream. Remember, if you are in chat, say hello. Let me know what you are up to. A similar 40% drawdown just north of the 0.38 fib level would give us $44,000. That's a serious move. He highlights that the deep corrective move will be beneficial for Bitcoin over the long haul. According to the trader, that would give it a price target of $220,000 by the end of 2025. My target is $240,000 for the end of the bull run. And again, if you look at plan B, you can look at anybody and they'll give you a different price. I've just gone 4 times the price of Bitcoin on the halving day, which was, I think, 61,000, whatever it was. So I think we'll be at 240. He thinks we're at 220. He's called Dave the Wave. I'm not. He's clearly way better at this than I am. So maybe 220,000. Bitcoiners have got to take the good with the bad. Still technically in a bull market, though one might be confident of a final victory. There can also be a hammering along the way. Bitcoin is at 57.6. Again, it came down to 54.4 or 53.8, something like that over the last 12 hours. And now we're back up at just nearly 58,000. So there's a lot of movement going on with Bitcoin. And I do think we need a short squeeze. We've hammered to the downside so many times now. I do think we need a move to the upside. We do need to come back up. Now then, where did we touch today? 58.2 we came to. Do you know what? This is what happens when you've got the Oracle up and working at the same time that you are, because the Oracle keeps taking over my charts. Now, I believe it or not, Dave the Wave has predicted the same bottom that I've got on my chart. Now, before we get to 44, we have this 51 to 52,000 range. At the bottom of this 51 to 52,000 range, we have 50,300. that for me, again, if we don't hold where we are now, that for me is going to be where the battle lines are drawn. Are the Bulls going to give up 50,000 as quickly as they gave up 60,000? Just give me 1 second while I ask the Oracle why he keeps logging in to our charts while we are live streaming. And then see what he says. Just give me 1 second. Right. There we go. We should be back now. We should be back. There we go. So then, I think 51 to 52,000 is likely to hold. What am I? I don't have a crystal ball, but I think it will hold. I also said that we would hold 60,000 and that didn't happen. So if we do come down, 44,300, 44,000 would be my absolute bottom. That would be doomsday. Doomsday bottom. Now, if you've got money on the side to DCA in, this shouldn't matter to you, whether you DCA in now or whether you DCA in 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks worth of DCAing in, 3, 4, 5, 6 months of DCAing in. It shouldn't matter to you what the price goes to. Keep buying. Now, the chances are we could do this, and that would be, in my opinion, fairly positive. Or we have some kind of real capitulation and we come down here. Again, I think I said on Friday, I'm 90% sure we're going to find the bottom here. However, there's always that 10% chance we come down to 44,000. I don't know. Let's see where we get rejected. Remember, we came back up and we got rejected, and then we just shot straight back down again. So we need to see if we're going to get rejected off a price, maybe 58,000 forms the resistance now, and we'll come back down. Let's wait and see. Now, we're going to move on because this, every week in crypto, is the most important week in the history of crypto. And this week is no exception. There's a few critical economic developments this week, and here they are, day by day, hour by hour. Most of them are garbage and we don't need to look at them, but there are a few of them. Again, we do not need to look at some of these. Tuesday then, at 4:15, we have the Fed Vice President for Supervision, Barr, will be speaking. They normally give away a few clues in those meetings. Good morning, Oracle. Welcome back to the stream that you are trying so hard to ruin with your continuous TradingView logins. Jerome Powell will then speak at 5 o'clock, and then Bowman will speak at 8:30. So Tuesday is a good day. Wednesday, Powell will speak again at 5 p.m. and then Goolsby and the FOMC member Bowman will speak Thursday. The CPI data, 3:30 on Thursday. That's big news. That is big news. We're going to see whether inflation is coming down. If inflation looks like it's coming down, expect a pump in the market. Unemployment is coming out on the same day at the same time. Again, Thursday looks like a big day. Friday, nothing. I can see. Oh no, maybe the PPI data at 3:30 on Friday. So it's a big day. Thursday and Friday this week are big days. Make sure to keep an eye on the charts, and personally, don't trade Thursday and Friday. That's my non-financial advice. If you trade Thursday and Friday, you can be caught buying the top. You could be caught longing the price on the way down. I don't normally like seeing these types of announcements because you don't know what they're going to say. If you think that inflation is going to be down and unemployment is going to be up, then you're gambling. It's the same way as saying, I think England are going to beat Holland on Wednesday. You don't know it for a fact. England could lose 4-0 on Wednesday. So, although you might think Thursday and Friday could be bullish, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be. Also, don't forget, and this is huge, huge news, we are likely, at some point in the next few days, going to see the Ethereum ETF approval and go live announced. That was, in my opinion, and the opinion of other ETF experts, and I'm not one of them, by the way, that was going to be the 3rd or 4th of July. We are now on the 8th. We're a few days late. The last S1 applications were filled and submitted last week before the holiday, and the feedback was they were negligible changes. So, nothing standing in the way of the Ethereum ETF being given the nod to go live. So, today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, who knows? We don't. The Ethereum ETF is going to be approved, and the likelihood is it will go live probably within a week of that notification. Now, it doesn't matter when it goes live. It matters when the news is announced, because that's going to pump the market. What we don't know is when it goes live, are we going to see another grayscale sell-off? I don't know if there is a premium or a discount on those grayscale Ethereum Trust shares. There was a massive discount on the Bitcoin one, and that's why the sell-off happened, because they were taking their profits. Ethereum, I don't know whether we're going to see that or not. Now, moving on then, Tron is to develop a gasless stablecoin by Q4. According to Justin Sun, the mechanism would enable the cost of the transfer to be covered by the stablecoins themselves. What a clever idea that is. Think about that. Stablecoins, for those of you that don't know, they take the real world money and buy treasuries, US treasuries, that pay 3, 4, 5%. If they have $100 billion of USDT, USDC, that generates them $6 billion per year, roughly. So they have a lot of money to do with what they want. Justin Sun has come along and gone, you know what, if we get $1 billion worth of stable coins, that's going to make us $60 million per year. Would that be enough to cover the gas fees of a stablecoin? Probably. That's where he's going with this. It's a genius idea. Absolutely genius idea. He announced on July the 6th that his team is working on enabling gas-free peer-to-peer stablecoin transfers. He noted that this would mean that stablecoin transfers can be made without paying any gas tokens. So that's basically a transaction fee, for those of you that don't know. So if I go and send, for example, if I send $100 on Solana to the Oracle, that might cost me 2 cents. It's not a lot on Solana. If I try to do the same transaction on Ethereum, that might cost me $12, just to put it into context. That's the transfer fee, the transaction fee. If they're working on a completely free, gasless, transaction fee-less stablecoin, that makes a huge difference to whether people should be using Tron or not, in my opinion. He said the feature will be implemented on the Tron blockchain first, followed by support for the EVM compatible networks. So they'd be all the layer 2s that use Ethereum, Matic, Optimism, Arbitrum, also all of the other blockchains that are connected to the EVM as well. He added that his team hopes to launch this feature in the 4th quarter of 2024. I believe that similar services will greatly facilitate large companies in deploying stablecoin services on the blockchain, elevating blockchain mass adoption to a new level. Now, that is big news, in my opinion. What we need to do really is see whether he's going to launch his own stablecoin or whether he's going to go into partnership with the stablecoin. Remember, stablecoins are big money. I've just said, if you've got $10 billion worth of stablecoins, that's making you a lot of money. PayPal are getting involved. People like XRP are going to launch their own stablecoin. Obviously, we've got Circle and Tether. They make fistfuls of cash. So it's big business. Stable coins are big business. And I think that Tron does this. Tron becomes a major player. I'm not saying the price of Tron is going to appreciate to all-time highs. I am saying it could do incredibly well. Now, Troll's new innovation of gasless stablecoins is a contender to PayPal's PYUSD, as we know. Also, there's USDC, USDT. Tron is also considering developing a Bitcoin Layer 2 network that would support a wrapped version of Tether. This would open the gateway for millions of dollars to enter the Bitcoin ecosystem. Again, where would you build a Layer 2? If you have the choice of building on any platform, on any blockchain, what would you do? I personally would build some connectivity to Bitcoin to give or find a way of tapping into the Bitcoin ecosystem. It's 54%, 55% of all of crypto, and it doesn't really have a functioning DeFi solution. We've got Solana trying to connect to it. We've got Layer 2s being directly built, but they're not live. It's still an untapped market. Tron builds a Layer 2, sticks a wrapped version of Tether onto it, builds out a DeFi platform. Guess what? People are going to be going over there. It's just the way it is. So Tron, keep an eye on it. I've never really been a massive fan, but that is huge news. For me, anyway, it's huge news. It's basically a gasless USDT or a USDC or a PYUSD or their own version. TUSD, whatever they decide to call it, is massive news. Now, the Cardano hard fork, Chang. Historical surge hits at ADA's potential rally. Let's go through. I see the Oracle is trying to tap in to my audience, and he's trying to steal them from his show tonight. I can see it. I can see it in the chat. See it in the chat. Cardano is gearing up for one of the largest upgrades in its history. Again, I don't care what anybody says about Cardano and XRP. Okay? Cardano and XRP, especially XRP, they are going to have face-melting exponential pumps in the next few years. It is written, okay? These are not the same as Phantom with an F coin. These are not the same, no offense to Tariq, as Litecoin, okay? These are active blockchains, active communities, building their own blockchains. Yes, Cardano is slow as a snail. XRP is being held back by the court case. We know that. But that's not a structural problem with these blockchains. Cardano has a roadmap. It stuck to it. It just doesn't have the same speed as Solana in terms of building its roadmap. XRP is still going great guns, even though it's hindered by the court case. I still hold both of them because it's not hopium. They're just good blockchains. So the Chang hard fork is going to take place by the end of July. This has sparked considerable interest within the cryptocurrency community, especially given the impressive price rally that happened in 2021. The Chang hard fork marks a transformative step into the Voltaire era for Cardano, marking the final stage of its roadmap to create a fully decentralized blockchain ecosystem. Once the switch is complete, Cardano will no longer be actively managed by IOG, but will instead be wholly run by community members. In the week, the Cardano Foundation launched a tracking page in collaboration with Cardano Scan to monitor the readiness for one of the most major upgrades in history. So let's get into the price. In 2021, the price went from 135 to 310. Are we going to see a similar move right now? Again, I don't think so. I think we need to wait for Bitcoin to move, and then we can then talk about Cardano. If Bitcoin goes to $44,000, Cardano will be at 25 cents, 30 cents. It's not going to rip. Nothing's going to rip if Bitcoin dumps. However, if Bitcoin goes back towards $64,000, $68,000, Cardano is going to have a good old pump. However, the short-term price action is irrelevant compared to what this hard fork is going to do. It changes the way that Cardano is operating. Point number one. Point number two, it's fully decentralized. That means it falls, in my opinion, outside of the spectrum of any future SEC investigation. ADA is at 35 cents. Again, if Bitcoin dumps to the downside, it will hit 25 to 30 cents easily. But let's have a quick look at where we are. Are we in the kill zone for Cardano? Have we reached max pain? $0.37, we are up 8%. Now let's see. Now, what is the issue for me? The issue is this. We are below the bull market support band like every other coin. If we do this, look at that. We very briefly broke out. We started to go up. Then Bitcoin again kicked it in the nuts and straight down we go. We are now sitting at the kill zone for Cardano. This is the zone where if you believe in this project, you should be buying this token. Simple as that. To the upside, you have 70, 80 cents. You are currently sitting at 37.5 cents. It's up 8%, so it did wick down, but it has come back a little bit. So if we say 80 cents in the next 3 months, you're looking at 100% upside. Before we even get to that, we have this challenge here, which is coming in between 45 and 51 cents. We've got to break that. That's a 20 to 30% move to the upside. I think what we are likely to see is something like this. I think that is likely to happen. We're going to get a bounce, or a rejection, should I say, off the bull market support band. We'll come down. It's happened before. It's happened 3 times here. We're not going to break it straight away. And every time we get rejected, look what happens. The price comes down. So I do expect a bit of a rally, or sorry, a bit of a retracement, a bit of a rally by the bears at 46 cents. But even that is 25% to the upside. So until that happens, it's going to keep going downwards, as everything else is going to keep going downwards. Now, talking of another coin going down, we're going to have a look at XRP. Where are we for time? 11:40. We are absolutely flying today. XRP is at 1-year lows, now or never, to buy before the price surges. Pundits in the crypto community believe that those not buying XRP now at its low could be missing out on significant profit potential, calling the current period the last shakeout. This view has emerged amid recent developments and the impending outcome of the lawsuit. At the time of press, XRP is trading at 43 cents, recovering from 39 2 days ago, its lowest price in over a year. Many market watchers have been sharing historical charts, not hysterical charts, although to be fair, last Thursday and Friday they were hysterical charts, highlighting its explosive growth. Again, just because it has happened doesn't mean it will happen, and I'm not trying to sound like Kamala Harris. As a result, this period has been described as the final shakeout before a potentially massive price surge. Imagine now the final market shakeout has just taken place, and the next big event this month is the final settlement between XRP and the SEC. The worst time to quit XRP is now. Notably, the prediction about the lawsuit's conclusion this month comes from prominent pro-XRP lawyer Fred Rispoli, who suggested that Judge Annalisa Torres may issue the ruling on July the 31st. He noted that July the 13th could be a possible date given its significance in the XRP community, as the day Judge Torres ruled XRP is not a security in 2013. So July the 13th is 5 days away. That would put it... Is that not next Saturday? Why would she judge next Saturday? I don't think that's going to happen. I will have a look. Is that optimism? Is OP optimism? Or because that can also mean original post. In addition to Rispoli, Yassin Mobarik, the founder of Deezer Capital, has predicted that Judge Torres will issue the final judgment this month. So the judgment is going to happen. Now, you will hear a lot of people saying that XRP is dead. It is a rubbish coin. It is not a coin worth looking at. Take it, bury it, never look at it again. Now, I'm going to show you very quickly what I'm talking about. We're going to go to the weekly chart and we're going to have a very quick conversation about XRP before the court case. Oh, this mouse is killing me. Good grief. Right, okay. So, before the court case, after the court case. Can you see the difference? We were 130, 160, 150. We are now at 43 cents. And from June 2 years ago, we were on this beautiful trend line until April, when everything was broken by Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a lot to answer for. I have this line here. I've no idea why I have this line here, but this line here is at 42 cents. And we came down for some reason, and again, I don't know why I drew that line. We came down and we bounced at this line that I drew months ago. Who knew why I would draw that line, but we came down and we landed on it. What is likely to happen? Well, first of all, we need to get back to 50 cents, get back above the bull market support band as we normally do. We have lots of very bearish things going on. We are putting in lower highs along the way, never a good sign. However, I will stick by my guns and say that XRP should be above $1 without a court case hanging over it. It is a natural coin for the $1 to $2 to $3 range before a bull run. In a bull run, $3, $5, $7. The market cap of XRP is incredibly high. Let's not forget that. If we go back very quickly, let's not forget where XRP is. XRP is coming in at 24 billion. Now, if it 4x's to $1.70 from here, that puts it at $100 billion. It's a big old coin. It's not a little tiny baby coin. It's a huge coin. The only coins bigger than XRP are Solana, BNB, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. That's it. Is XRP, with its global payment solution, its CBDC solution, its cross-border payment solution, is it a project that you would say is as big as BNB and Solana? In my opinion, yes. Well, that's a 3x. That puts us at $1.30, $1.40, okay? So even if you forget the predictions and you say it's a $1.40 coin, that would be about accurate for what it's going to do. We're then saying that Solana is likely to go somewhere between $600 and $1,000 in the bull run. So that's a 4x for Solana. That puts it at $250 billion market cap. That would be a 10x for XRP, which would put it at $4.30. Is that achievable? Yes. Is it overly optimistic? No. The court case is weighing down the price of XRP. I have said it many times. Look what happened. Give me 1 second. Look what happened when it won the first of two parts of its court case. It went to 94 cents. I said it would go to $1. I was clearly wrong. I was out by 6%, 5%. So that's off one part of the court case. Why did it then fall down again? Because the court case isn't over. We still have the first part of the court case, which is, was XRP sold as a security? The court case that was won is the trading of XRP on exchanges considered security, and Torres said it's not. So the first part of the court case is it or was it offered as a security? I think there's going to be a fine paid, $100 million, $50 million, whatever it might be, that's going to be paid. Then we're going to see this. And if you think that's wrong, look at that. We went from 46 cents to 93 cents in a day. So can we hit $1 in a day on XRP? Absolutely. Is it going to happen in the next 3 or 4 weeks? According to the experts, yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some lines, and then I am going to give you a target that we are going to go to, and I'm going to leave it there. Maybe let's move it across a little bit. July, there we go. So that's where I think we're going to go to in the next, I don't know, 3 or 4, 5 weeks. Now then, before we get on, we'll look at optimism in about 5 minutes. But the first thing I am going to do is I am going to go and look at hamster chain. Now, from time to time, we come across airdrops that you can farm. And we don't like finding airdrops that you have to pay for. We don't like finding airdrops where you've got to part with Solana or Ethereum, whatever else it might be. Now, this is Hamster Chain. Now, I reviewed this on Friday. They had 580,000 users. On Friday, 580,000 users. On Friday. 3 days later, we are at 2.1 million. Think about that. They've added 1.6 million people in 3 days. They've added 500,000 people a day to this project. Now, without going into all the depth and bothersome, why do I like Hamster Chain? It's a layer 2 blockchain that sits on top of Ethereum. And by the way, I am not being paid to tell you about this. I have found it. It's a layer 2 that's going to allow you to build your own Telegram game, but not just a Telegram game. You also have this, which is a place you can go and clicky and earn the coins yourself by booping a hamster on its nose. Now, I am a very old man, okay? I have no interest whatsoever in these types of games, but I know a lot of you do. And I know a lot of you like to play these types of things and farm the coins. So, it is called hamsterchain.org, okay? I have no interest in farming this myself. I do not care about it. But what I think is very good about this project is that you can come along and you can say, right, okay, I have a project called Crypto Warehouse, and I want Crypto Warehouse to have its own clicker game. Oh, here's a better example. Biden and Trump. I'm going to have a clicker game where you can click on Biden or you can click on Trump. And the person that wins that game will get MAGA coin if they pick Trump and he wins the election. Or you will get Bowden coin if Joe Biden wins. So you can make your own clicker game through this. Now, as a meme coin, I'm thinking about meme coins here. As a meme coin, you're going to want to add utility and fun and everything like that to your game. So if you're going to want to do that, you're going to want to add things that are fun, like this. You're going to want to add your own clicker game. You know, Push the Button, which we reviewed, which is a Chronos-based meme coin. It's literally called Push the Button, and you go on there, and I think you have a red button and a blue button, and you can click them. That's it. Again, it doesn't appeal to me because I am clearly a dinosaur. So, hamsterchain.org, go and check them out. It does not cost you anything, and that is the key. I'm never going to come on here and show you anything where you've got to go and pay $50 or $100. It's not how it works. This is completely free. Go and farm your tokens. I believe you can also earn tokens from following them on Twitter and stuff like that. So go and check them out. Go and have a look at them. Why not? Now then, the request from the chat was, that's a good question. Did Brogan hit the like button? Because I don't think he did. I don't think Brogan hit the like button. He's come on here to steal my viewers. That's all he's done. He's a thief. Right then, let's go and have a look at optimism. We've got through the show really quick today. I did try and go a little bit quicker today because some of the streams, especially on Friday, they ran to 12:15 and it was a little bit long for me. Now, what can we see? Can we see it coming down to that line again? We've broken that line. But if we go in a little bit, I think we've just retaken it. Yes, we have. Look at that. Wow. So, Solo Sky has farmed 7 billion already. Well, I hope, Solo Sky, that you actually get something out of it, because I like things that cost you nothing but your time. I like that because then you can start with zero. You can start with $0. Then you might get $5 of this token, $10 of this token, whatever it might be. But then you know what you can do. You can exchange it for Solana or Ethereum. You can then start to double up, because then you can stake that on Solana. Monthly chart is catching up as I thought it would. Yeah, I mean, I think with a lot of these coins, like I said, you've had a massive dump. And with optimism, I mean, I don't know what it is. I think I like Matic. I'm a huge fan of Aglayer on Matic. A huge fan of it. It's atomic swaps, where you can connect all of these various different EVM compatible blockchains together, and you can swap on the atomic level using the Aglayer. So I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of all of their partnerships. Their coin has been trashed. Now the issue is, for me, Matic is getting dumped on from a great height. What is optimism? What is Arbitrum? What are they doing to reverse this trend? Do we have too many Ethereum layer 2s? I'm not seeing enough come out of them, is the issue. $50,000 Bitcoin. Fortune Favors the Brave. Now, we reviewed Fortune Favors the Brave. We've made a video about them. Go and check that out. I've got 50,300 as the low. If we go below 50,300, as I said at the start of the stream, the next wick down for me is 44,000. I'll have a look at that in a minute. But for OP, it's I mean, it's in the zone. If you want to own Optimism, this is the price to buy it at. There is obviously lower lows down here at $1 and then maybe $1.23. But if we're on this trend line that we've been on since whenever, it isn't going to go any lower. And if it does go any lower, then I wouldn't be buying it. Anyway, back to Bitcoin very quickly to show you. I've been drawing on Brogan's chart, I think. Price I've got down here is 52. What chart have I been drawing on? If it's not that one, is it this one? I've been drawing on a Bitcoin chart today. So my next bottom is $44,000. That's the next leg down for me. So if we do not, for whatever reason, hold, we're coming to 44,000. But we need to see if we hold, because 50,000, 52,000 is one bottom. Where am I? Which chart have I been using? So again, 44k. Yeah, I think 44k is the worst case scenario. But we have to hold. We have to hold where we are, and we have to see what happens. There's only so much negativity in the market. And if we get the Ethereum ETF this week or next, I do expect a pump, because that's going to bring fresh liquidity to Ethereum, and that might start to drive the prices back up. And, you know, we've not done bad today. We came down to 53.8. We've ripped back up to 58. It's not bad. We need to try and hold this level for as long as we can and then move to the upside. So for me, optimism, if you want to buy optimism, it is at a very solid price. But I personally will not be holding optimism. I've already got Matic. I do hold, actually that's a lie. I think I've got about 50 optimism, but I don't hold an awful lot of it. I've got most of my layer 2 is in Matic, because I just think it's got everything that you need from a layer 2. And we need to see Arbitrum and Optimism doing stuff. We need to see them actively doing things. I don't hear about them enough in the news, and I check the news every day. I don't see enough coming out of them. But Optimism, by all means, stick to that. Right then, so there isn't really a lot left to say. We've managed to do it in an hour. Well, actually, we've managed to do it in 58 minutes today. Maybe we will see another leg down. Again, this HTX exchange thing, they've had a hole in their books for a year and nothing's happened. And there's lots of talk about certain people using it like a piggy bank. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I can't really talk about it too much on stream for obvious reasons, but it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Right then, very quickly, before I go then, tonight at 9 o'clock, so 9 hours from now, we have our trading stream where the Oracle himself will be spending an hour and a half talking about the charts, talking about where Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, the usual coins will go. If you've got any coins, so for example, we have covered Chronos Chain in the past, we've covered Core, we've covered, I think we've even covered Moon on one of the streams. We can cover any coins you want. All you've got to do is tune in, put the coin in chat and ask, and he will cover the coin on chat. He's currently in a long on Bitcoin, which I believe is up about 160, 170% from the morning's low. So it's doing quite well. And if you are new here and you haven't seen us before, give us a follow. We stream live 8 times a week and we make 5 to 10 videos a week. So we do work pretty hard and we do try. So it doesn't cost you anything to give us a like and a follow and that kind of stuff. But I am going to go. It's 12 o'clock. I did try and get the stream finished at 12 today. So we've done incredible for timing. So thank you everybody for coming. Remember to come back and bookmark us. The calendar events are either up or they're going to be put up in the next few hours for tomorrow's stream at 11. As I said, the Oracle is back at 9 o'clock tonight. Until tomorrow, take care. Let's hope we push on towards 60,000. Let's hope we don't start going back towards 52,000 again. I can't tell you where the charts are going to go. I can only give you my opinions, and that's important to remember. Don't believe anybody you listen to on the internet. Listen to them, take what they're saying on board, and form your own opinions. I am never going to be 100% right. Neither is the Oracle. Neither is Crypto Banter, Ben Armstrong, who else? Crypto Zaros, Altcoin Daily. Nobody you listen to on the internet is ever going to be 100% accurate. So bear that in mind. And until tomorrow, have a great afternoon and Monday. I will see you all tomorrow. Take care, everybody.